Good morning, traders. This is Three Wave Trading coming at you with trade by trade analysis today of the morning session. Today took 3 trades only and finished up with a decent little profit of $744. Let me take you through the trades real quick. Taking a look at the London session prior to the New York Open. This light shaded area is the Globex, the London, the Asian, and the London. Forget about the Asian because we didn't, it's kind of a separate session. So looking at London, we can see that we did open up in this zone up here, and we kind of headed down to the New York Open, which is in the white background. So you could say we were in a bit of a downtrend there, down about 150 points or so from the London highs to the New York Open. So we did have a slight short bias, but you never know because the last 2 days, when we opened, we kind of opened, sold down a bit, and then shot up. That happened on Monday. The same thing happened on Friday. We opened, went down a bit, and then we shot straight up. So you never really know, but again, at least for the short term, we had a bit of a bias to the downside, just simply based on what London had been doing. Okay, so we opened up and we sold off a bit. We came down to the 77, which is a big pivot area, typically speaking, and we shot up about 150 points straight up. Now, wouldn't it have been nice to get any kind of a piece of that? Well, sure it would have been, but that's happening starting at 932. Price is wild. Price can do anything. Price can pivot up, pivot down, turn on a dime. I'm not generally touching it. If I had more crystal ball polish, maybe, but I'm low on crystal ball polish right now. I have nothing to tell me what's happening. It's a bit of a roll of the dice. It's a coin flip. I'm not doing it. I'm waiting to see a little bit longer what's going to happen. So anyway, we have this big move up, right? Big move up. So now I kind of have a bit of a bias to the long side now that I've seen this 150 point move up. So now I'm kind of ready to have a little bit of a long bias, and I'm waiting for price to come back down into my moving averages and see what happens down here in my moving averages, right? So anyway, I get down here and my moving averages are not really holding price up, okay? They had a bit of a bounce here, but my MACD is still pointing down. So I'm not interested in getting long yet, okay? I need my MACD to be pointing up, okay? I need upward movement in MACD, a MACD cross, maybe even a back test on price after the first MACD cross. So that's what I waited for. I waited for the MACD to roll up to the upside, okay, like it did right here, cross, and then a price back test, okay, which happened here. Then I was comfortable getting long, okay. I did get long there at, I should be locked in. Sorry about that, guy. Let me just lock that in right now. Lock. All right. All right. I got long here at my entry on the first trade was at let's see, 24, 756, 757. I took 2 minis, one at 56, one at 58.50, going long right about here, okay, 56, 58.50 in the zone right here. After MACD rolled up and we had a price back test, I took it up and I was hoping for more than 25 points, which is about the most that I got now. That's still about $500 on one mini. So I was $500 to the good right there, but I was expecting it to go a little bit higher. So it kind of pulled back, tried again, and then started fail. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting out just about break even here. And I ended up getting out. I made $10 on the first one. That was my, target off for the first, so I'd get to a break even trade. The second one only made, about 3.5 points on $70, basically a scratch for the most part. For all intents and purposes, that was a scratch trade, that first one. Too bad, because I had been up about 500, but maybe, I was hoping for a bit more, like hoping for, another 500, 600, get it up to this level up here, but it didn't happen. Okay, so now it pulls back, and I'm not really sure what it's doing at this point because we're chopping back and forth across my EMAs. My EMAs are flattening out, and they just are not really showing me anything. So then we take a nice big plunge to the downside, and guess what, folks? We broke the lows at this point. Those lows that got made early in the session got broken once, broken twice. And so now I'm kind of, my bias is definitely to the short side at this point since we made the new lows, okay? So I'm watching to see if price will back test my EMAs, okay? I'm using 4 different EMA, two are single line and 2 are cloud types, which is like a double line. First one's a 1 minute 8.5. Second one's a 1 minute 20. Third one's a 5 minute 8 and 9. I call that my signal cloud. And the fourth one is a 15 minute 8 and 9. I call that my anchor cloud, okay? So I'm watching to see, and I noticed something here, very interesting. I noticed that price is rocketing up here, okay? Not just kind of meandering like it was over here, meandering down, but yet rocketing up. So I'm interested in short it because I made that new low over here, but I need to see my MACD really make a cross, which happened right here at this candle, 9:46, 20 seconds, okay? But because I came up so strong, I'm not going to trust the first roll. And I heard other traders in my trading room take this and get stopped out, break even, or maybe worse, because they did take that that first roll. So I'm sitting there thinking, not only do I want to cross, but I want one more back test against one of my key levels, and I want to roll twice. So I'm not saying it has to be an equal double top. I'm just saying I want a confirmation signal that not only is it crossing my MACD and rolling against my EMAs, but I want another confirmation back test before I'm willing to get short. I did get short here at this right here. Let's take a look at the exact level right there. It was, the entry price was 24,687 and 24,684, 1 mini each, or so I thought. Now, I've got Top Step Project X. It's a little weird and wonky sometimes. Sometimes it'll change my contract, and apparently it did that today, because I know I didn't change this. I know I didn't do it. It put me in micros. I wanted to be in minis. It put me in micros, and that cost me about over $600 worth of profit. You know, that's life. That's trading. Things happen when you're doing electronic day trading like this. But somehow I was in micros. It was the best. It was the biggest trade of the day, I believe, in terms of points, because I got 35 points here. My first target off was 6 points, 35 points here. So this should have been 10 times this amount of $712 or $82. Should have been 10 times. Should have been $800, but it was $80. So too bad. That's the way it goes sometimes. Sad, right? Really sad, because look at this nice push down. And I took the trade from this point here, 24, I think it was 690. So what did we say? 687 and 684 down to 649 for the runner. Okay, so it came from 687, which is right about there, down to 49 for the runner. It bounced, and I got out as it was bouncing back. Okay, so that was trade number 2, and I made all of about $80 on it because somehow my system switched me from minis to micros. It's going to happen. Stuff happens. You know, it's the way it goes. Final trade. Let's take a look. Final trade right here. This is one where we made a little bit more because I switched myself back to minis. Okay. And this was the... Now, I really wish I would have taken... Let's see. I believe it was this one. Yeah, it was this one here. This is the one I really should have taken, but somehow I missed out on it. I guess because I was flustered by the situation where I turned out I was in micros, not minis, so I was kind of trying to fix that during this time. And this would have been a great one because look, you got your blue line, you got your purple line. Blue line's 1 minute 8.5, purple line's 77. They kind of converged there with price, and price reversed, pushed down hard, pushed down about 75 points. Maybe you could have grabbed half of that, 35, 40 of that. That would have been great, but didn't happen. So now I'm kind of ready. I've got myself switched back to minis, and I'm looking at this faint green line here. Now, this faint green line is a 1 minute 5, okay? I typically will use this to stay in a trade, not get into a trade, but stay in a trade. But, you know, things are just really moving down, right? And I'm pretty confident that it's got a little bit more juice left in it, at least down to the 77. So I'm looking at this going, okay, well, I missed out on my minis on this one. I missed taking this one because I was readjusting from micros back to minis. I'm not going to miss this one. I'm going to take it. It's a little higher risk. It's not against one of my favorite lines. It's not against a convergence of the blue and a horizontal quad or like this 77, this horizontal, and this diagonal gold 1 minute 20. But, I'm feeling like, I think we still got some juice left in, at least down to 77. So I went ahead and went short here at 9:51:35 approximately. Let's check the time on that. 9:51 and 42 seconds. I got a couple of them, one at 6:15 and a quarter, one at 16:50, 9:16 and a quarter, right, 9:16 and a quarter, right there. Got in right there. Boom. All right, and down we go. And then I think down around 77, I was thinking it was going to bounce. It was just, you can see all those little wicks dancing on the line there. Do this. You can see all these little wicks dancing on the line here. My MACD's starting to flatten out a little bit and curl. So where did I get out? My exit price was, let's see, 24,589. Okay, so it bounced 12 points up above 77, up to 589 right there. Right there as it was bouncing back. Right, 589 is right there. Why can't this thing? Right there. Okay, that was my last trade. On that one, I'll tell you what I made. I made about 25 points on that one. That time I was back on minis, made 515 on the runner, 80 on the target off. Total of 3 successful trades for 744. All right, that's what I did today, and that's how I did it, and that's what I was looking at. So if you would like to do the same kind of trades that I do, if you feel like this kind of trading is good trading, and I think it's pretty good trading, what you should probably do is keep watching these videos, okay? That's all you need to do. Because I'm going to make these darn things every single day and show you exactly what I'm thinking and how I'm doing it and where I'm getting in and where I'm getting out. This is real trading. This is a funded account, okay? Express funded account, okay? This is real money, and let's see, on this particular account, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winning days and 1 losing day so far, okay? And all trades today were winners, all 3. All right, so that's what I'm doing, guys. I hope you find this useful or helpful. I trade the NQ exclusively, nothing else. No minis, no crude, no, nothing, no gold, nothing. Just NQ. It gives me the volatility that I want and need, and I'm typically done by about 10:30. Today I was done by, what time was it? 9:52. So I traded, first trade was 9:36, 46, 52. So that's 16 minutes of trading today. I made about $750. I'll take it. All right, so that's it for now. Tune in tomorrow for the next video, and please like and subscribe, share, comment. Make this so other people can find this information, because I think it's good information. I think I'm showing you how to take trades, winning trades, showing you exactly what I'm looking at, exactly what I'm thinking, how I make my decisions, where my levels are, everything else. And just the more I do these videos, the better I trade, because teaching, I found, is the way to learn the fastest. Okay, so for now.